Investigator Curry, if you have the clothing, why is it important to document it at the time of collection?
To be able to document how they were received, as we weren't the individuals that collected the clothing from the deceased.
Okay. So on photograph number 1 under Anthony Williams, it has a G down here at the bottom of the photograph. Why is there a G?
It depicts the item letter that's assigned to the items.
Do you go through and assign a letter to each item that you're looking at?
Yes, each item that's collected receives a letter.
So going through on item G, and I believe there are 50 photographs in order to answer your prior question. Why do you take photographs of each side of these shoes?
To accurately depict the entire item from various angles.
Okay. Again on item G. Moving on to item H. What, in terms of, is that the same that's been previously admitted into evidence, the black pants that we looked at first?
Yes, it is.
The contents of the pockets, why do you photograph it as such?
To be able to document what items are within the pockets, because they may not be visible
Okay.
as they are.
And now what are we looking at on item H? What view?
So the back side or the rear side of the jeans.
So this is still marked as item number, or letter H.
Yes.
What items were found inside item H?
These were the items that were derived from the black jeans.
Okay. Were those items collected and cataloged?
Yes.
Okay. With regards to the amount of currency that you're seeing right here, how much is that?
$97.
Council has been previously marked as states are. Investigator Curry, do you recognize this item?
Yes, I do.
It's been marked as states are for identification purposes. What is that?
It's a currency bag filled with the currency from the item each that was identified.
And is it in the same, potentially same condition as being collected it on the day of processing?
Yes, it is.
Is it sealed with your name and ID still?
Yes, it is.
Is it verified by another individual as to the amount of the currency?
Yes, it is.
Here at the time, the state would request to move states are in.
Is there any objection?
No, sir.
It'll be admitted. Next series, what is that?
States R will be marked states 18.
Thank you.
On to what's been labeled here as states. Your Miramar item I, previously admitted into evidence, the boxers and the 2 socks.
That is correct.
Is this how you found them?
Yes.
Do you do any of the cutting of them when you receive them?
No, I do not.
Do you know who does?
Generally, medical staff.
What's item J?
Picture of the jean jacket that was provided by medical staff of the deceased, or from the deceased.
With regards to this next photo of item J, there is an arrow indicating a circular area. Are you able to tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury if that is or is not a distressed portion of the jacket or is some sort of bullet defect?
Based on my experience in training, it appears to be something similar to a bullet hole.
Okay. With regards to the arrows, is that where you're putting those on there?
That is correct.
Moving on to the back of item J, is that how it looked when you collected it?
That is correct.
Based on your training and experience as a crime scene investigator, does the appearance of blood change over time as it's stored in evidence?
That is correct.
That's still the same jacket that we have in evidence.
That is correct.
Again, item J with the 2 arrows that you have on there.
That is correct.
Those 2 areas of interest that you identified.
Yes.
This is a close-up of the one item J defect. What can you tell about this particular item that makes you, based on your training experience, say that it's a bullet hole?
Just based on the size, the distress in the jeans, or I'm sorry, in the clothing, and the diameter of the specific defect.
So going on to the black shirt that's been placed in evidence.
That is correct.
That's item K as you documented it. And the little letter K that you put on each of these photos. Why do you put it on the photos?
Because it's a close-up, just to be able to identify that this particular close-up pertains to the overall item K.
Okay. Now looking at the other side of that same t-shirt.
Correct.
Again, how can you tell, or what based on your training experience will tell you that this is a bullet defect?
Based on the perforation inside the clothing itself, to include the diameter of the defect as well.
Okay. Make sure I turn this back in to the clerk. So with regards to Christopher Thomas's clothing, did you recover money and currency from his clothing?
I would have to have my memory refreshed.
Okay. If I may approach what's been previously marked as State S after showing it to defense counsel?
Yes, counsel.
Yes, you're correct. Showing it's been previously marked as States S for identification purposes only. Do you recognize your seal, your ID number, and the date of October 29th of 2018?
That is correct.
On the front of it, do you document the individual from which his items, clothing was collected, as well as the amount?
Correct.
Does looking at that refresh your recollection as to whether or not you collected currency from Christopher Thomas?
Yes, it does.
Did you collect currency from Christopher Thomas?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Is that fairly and accurately depict the currency and is in the same or substantially same conditions when you collected on October 29th, 2018?
That is correct.
You're at this time the state requesting the States S in.
No objection.
No objection.
It'll be admitted.
States S will be marked States 19.
Showing you what's been marked as States T for identification purposes. Are those the sneakers that we just used in those photographs?
Yes, it is.
Do they in the same or substantially same condition?
Yes.
You're at this time the state requesting the States T in.
Any objection?
No objection.
T will be admitted in the next series, counsel.
States T will be marked States 20.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sir, would you be so kind as to open this and publish it for the jury?
It's like 20.
20. And just be assured those New Balance shoes, where were they collected from?
It shows that they were collected from the hospital.
With regards to the other items that were collected from the victims, did you collect any suspect narcotics?
Not to my knowledge.
In terms of events, that was October 29th of 2018, that was all the investigative work we did on that date.
Correct.
So I'm going to go forward to November 21st of 2018. What was your role in the investigation on that day?
On the 21st, can I have my report or some type of refresher?
Yes, if you would help to refer to your report, I will
Please.
show defense counsel. Okay. And so if you would just refer to it silently to yourself, and once your memory is refreshed.
Yeah.
Thank you. So on November 21st of 2018, what was your role in this investigation?
Responded to US 27 to document a additional scene that was believed to be some type of supplement to the initial call out
Okay.
for this case.
When you arrived on scene at the US 27, who else was there?
Several other detectives, law enforcement personnel, to include Miramar Police Department detectives and other crime scene investigators.
And with regards to those crime scene investigators, what was your specific role?
To assist in documenting and collecting any evidence that was observed on the scene.
Did you document, collect evidence there?
Yes, I did.
Okay. In terms of, first start with the photographs, did you take photographs at that scene?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Showing what's been previously marked as states V for identification. Investigator Curry, do you recognize that USB?
Yes, I did.
Do you recognize the photos that are attached to it?
Yes, I did.
How do you recognize those?
It has my information on there, my badge number, Miramar Police Department badge number, and it's also in my name.
Did you have an opportunity to review the contents of that USB and those photographs before coming to court today?
Yes, I did.
Do they fairly and accurately depict the evidence and your processing and documenting on November 21st of 2018?
Yes, it does.
Here at this time, the state would request to move states V into evidence and permission